Tell me it isn't Cousin George. Polaroid in one hand, beer in the other.
No, we're using Powerhouse Studios. This only happens once. We want it done right.
Powerhouse Studios, located at 445 Church Street Southeast at the Old Mill, right here in Cleveland. We're open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 5 on Saturday. Stop on by to schedule your experience or give us a call at 800-494-9061. That's 800-494-9061.
Hey, did your wedding pictures come in yet?
Yes, they came in right away. Here's the album. Take a look.
Oh, great. Wow, these are amazing. Oh, look how beautiful that one of you and your dad came out.
I know. We're so happy with them. Even Cousin George looks good.
Do you think they can do my sister's prom?
Oh, sure. They do all types of events. Proms, graduations, in-studio portrait sessions, headshots, even commercial layouts. Whatever you need in print or in digital.
Powerhouse Studios has over 25 years experience, and we know exactly what you're looking for. Mention TuneInRadio.us and get 15% off your studio session. Powerhouse Studios. Life only happens once. Let us take your best shot.
Good evening, Cleveland, Tennessee. Welcome to Live from the Studio here on TuneInRadio.us. I am your host, DJ Rick, and we're going to play some tunes for you and ask a few questions, you know, like only DJ Rick can. And you kids are in for quite a treat this evening. This is another one of our up-and-coming bands that will be at the Tuned In Radio Music and Arts Festival. Don't want to miss that for sure. But tonight we thought we'd bring you a little sneak peek of the musical stylings of this particular band, you know, and during sound checks I was like, man, you guys got a little bit of that funk in you. They all kind of laughed, but I think they knew what I meant. So I'm not going to talk too much because you didn't come here to listen to me. You came here to hear some sounds, and boy, have I got them for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I bring you the musical stylings of Tropical Soul.
Upon the sand, a sad song that never ends. But what else am I supposed to do? He's telling me, can't you do pretend to let me know that you had a mind to let me go? Oh, don't love me anymore. Did you know the end Gonna lean it back, gonna smooth it out, gonna chill it down. What it's all about. And the sun is hot, and the sky is clear. And I've got a feeling, baby, your love is here. Two hammocks by the sea, yeah, just for you and me. Two hammocks by the people come together now. Don't you worry, baby. Gonna show you how. Gonna show you. Two hammocks by the sea, yeah, just for you and me. Two hammocks by the sea. I know life gets a little hectic sometimes. You don't know which way is up anymore. But what if I was to tell you there's a place none of that matters as much? A white sandy beach, crystal blue water, a couple of Mai Tais. What do you say, baby? You wanna go? Now leave the rest to run the race. Baby, you and I in another place, in another place. Two hammocks by the sea, yeah, just for you and me. Two hammocks by the sea. Another one? All right, here we go. Anybody watch the news out there? I don't. I spend most of my time on the beach.
Probably safer off that way.
Yeah, we get news of current events at the beach, though. Hup, saw loser. Why you got to beat his way? Shake, refuse up. No, that's not the way we play. Yes, I know losing can make you sad. That's no reason to act this bad. No one chooser, maybe so loser ever again. My Grammy and me, we like to play cards. And when I would lose, I took losing hard. Oh yeah. But one day I lost and I threw my cards on the floor. She said, act that way, I won't play with you no more. Hey, so soccer too. And when we would lose, here's what we do. Go shake their hands and tell them good game. But then one of us started calling them dirty names. Now, hey, so loser, why you got to be this way? Shake, refuser. No, that's not the way we play. Yes, I know losing, it can make you sad, but that's no reason to act this bad. No, I choose to play with so loser. A graceful bye-bye goes a long, long way. But you'll live to fight another day. Oh, yeah. Might lose the battle, but don't mean you lost the war. Ain't that what the word rematch is for? And in high school, we had a student body election. And one that you lost fair and square. But I guess you couldn't handle the rejection. And like a big old baby, you cried and said, no fair. Why, so loser? Why you got to be this way? Shake, refuse up. No, that's not the way we play. Now listen, I know that losing probably felt really awful. But hey, didn't anyone teach you about good sportsmanship? Oh, loser, play with oh, loser, ever again. No one chooser, play with oh, loser, ever again. They're never gonna play with you again. Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, let's give it. And let's see. Okay, who should we start with? Who do you think, MC Fritz? Should we start with the drummer because he always goes last? Yeah, let's start with the drummer. That's a good idea. All right. Can you hear me? Let me see if we can hear the drummer. I think we can.
There we go.
Yeah, there he is. I had you on the radio. You just couldn't hear yourself.
There you go.
You know. I was just trying to do you a favor there, bro. Anyways, so how long you been drumming with Tropic Soul?
With Tropic Soul,
Well, let me start with how long has Tropic Soul been Tropic Soul?
3 years.
3 whole years.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well, we had a pandemic in there.
Yeah, well, we'll knock 1 year off for that.
Yeah,
how about that?
not at least one.
Yeah, we lost a little ground here too, you know.
Yeah.
But how did you guys form the band? How did it come together?
Well, we actually met at church, and we had a fundraiser, and we threw this big old band together. It was actually about 6 people at that time, right?
Wow.
And then the 3 of us kind of kept going after that.
So you started off trying to form an orchestra, and then
Yeah.
3 guys left. We're like, hey, we
Yeah.
got a 3-piece. All
Yeah.
right, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
The
Have
reg-
you played drums in a band before?
Yes, I have.
You have. How many?
Many.
How many bands?
Oh, gosh, at least 300.
Yeah. You know what's funny, and I don't. I'll just point this out. I ask that question of almost every band in here, and it's always the drummer who's been in the most different bands. Why that is, I do not know. I think you guys just get around or something. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got one guy said in his defense. He said, "I'm in 3 bands at once." So, you know.
Yeah, I've tried that.
Yeah, that gets hectic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm guessing you're a married gentleman. You
Yeah,
look
yeah, the
relatively sane. So yeah.
Yeah, the wife, she puts up with the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You practice at home?
I do.
Good. Good
Yeah.
for you. Oh, so you're the rehearsal spot for everybody?
Well, actually, I have a second set that's a electric drum
Oh, okay.
rolling
Right on.
set that
on.
in the basement, the basement.
The base
is-
man's
I
house has
just-
the basement in it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool. You know what? We're going to talk to the base. Oh, and by the way, what is your name? I forgot to ask you on the air.
Roger Davis.
Yeah, I knew that, but the radio people didn't know that, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Okay.
slipping, you know.
No problem, Rick.
Yeah.
DJ Rick.
Yeah, I should rehearse once in a while, you know. And now we're going down to the bassman from the basement. How you doing tonight? And
Basement.
tell him your name first off.
My name's John Littlefield.
All right. And you've been with the band the whole time. All three of you are originals, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you were in bands before this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. How many would you say you've been in? 300 or less, probably.
Probably less than 3.
Okay, less than 300. All right. So, what is it that drew you to playing the bass? Somebody wants to know.
You know, honestly, I played tuba in high school.
Wow.
I like low sound.
You like them low frequency stuff,
I
man.
like the lows.
Right on. Well, that may be where I heard that funk sound coming from earlier. That's that low slapping stuff there, yeah. But okay, so when it comes to writing songs for the band, who does most of your writing?
That'll be Dylan.
That would be Dylan. Somehow I knew you were going to say that. So you write the bass riffs for all the tunes. He says, "How about this?" and you just kind of say, "Oh, how about put this with it?"
Try
Right?
to figure something out.
Right on. So it's more of a collaboration then. Right on. Cool. You guys got any local gigs coming up? Other than the festival. We know you're going to the festival. Oh, the 21st. Where at? The Tremont Tavern in Chat. What night? Friday the 21st, 9
Friday.
to midnight, Tremont Tavern.
That's right.
You can
We'll
get a
be
little preview of them there.
All night. We do lots of reggae and R&B covers. We do
Reggae,
a gig
right
like
on.
that for 3 hours, but we'll be playing our originals too. And
Right on. Well, good for you. All right. Well, you might as well keep that mic there, Dylan, because you're up next, man. Dylan is the lead singer and guitar for the three-piece here. And Dylan, how long have you been playing guitar?
since I was 20, and I'm 50 now, so what's that,
Okay.
30 years?
Well, I was trying not to have you give your age away,
I
but
like
you know,
giving my
it
age.
doesn't
I'm proud
matter.
of it.
I used to. Sporting that,
Still walking.
sporting that beach shirt and that cowboy
right,
hat. You
man.
gotta love that,
Us
brother.
50-year-olds, we know how to chill
Yeah.
out on the
You know, it's funny because when I turned 50, I thought, wow, now I can wear Hawaiian shirts and nobody can say anything.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? If they do, I don't care.
Right.
So yeah. So anyways, you guys, you have a lot of original stuff, and I know I had asked you, do you have, you know, an hour's worth of originals? It didn't seem to be a problem. So you write quite a bit, or
Yeah, I've written songs my whole life playing guitar, so there's a bunch in the bin.
okay,
And
now
then we've written some as a group just because this has its own dynamic and it sort of asks for certain kinds of songs, and so
yeah, you know, it's funny. Another lead guitarist and singer, predominant songwriter, told me because I asked him, how do you come up with the material for your songs? He said, realistically, the band, the feel of every different band makes me write different stuff.
amen.
So, do you actually have an idea, like a thread, and build on it, or just do you wake up and go, "Damn, I got a whole song"?
Well, for instance, that song that we just played, Two Hammocks by the Sea, the chorus for that song hit me while I was hiking the John Muir Trail this past summer. A friend of mine and I hiked 2 weeks on the John Muir Trail from Yosemite all the way to the top of Mount Whitney. And we were
Wow.
just out in the middle of nowhere. And while I was hiking in the middle of nowhere with nothing, no bands, no instruments, I started humming something. And so I brought that, I saved it, I made sure I wrote it down, I tried to write it down so I'd remember. I also have another song coming up that I wrote on that hike. And I brought it back, and then we built it out from there. You
Right.
start with that piece, and you're like, well, what goes before it, what comes after it?
Yeah, there's actually most people have answered that the same way. That there's a lot of work that goes into developing a song from idea to being able to play it.
Right.
You know, but the funny thing is about that particular song, and I'll tell you, Roger's one of the most persistent people about contacts. And the letter that I got said, "We're just trolling for gigs," and I was like, "Wow, that's a unique phrase," you know. But I didn't have time to listen to tons and tons of bands, and I had hundreds of songs coming in and put us in the show about the festival. And finally, I went to the mailbox one day, just a couple weeks ago, and there was a letter in there, and it was handwritten, addressed. And I thought, man, I never get any of them. This might not be a bill. Let me read it. You know what I mean? And I opened it up, and I said, well, I'll be damned. This is from Roger Davis from Tropic Soul. And just because he'd gone to the effort to try one more time, and the only one who wrote me a handwritten letter, I was like, well, let me listen to their stuff. And I listened to a couple, and then I got to, what was the one you just played? Two Hammocks by the Sea. And I'll tell you what, for the rest of that day, aggravatingly so to a point, I couldn't get that song into my head. And I was like, wow, okay, so let me call Roger. So it was probably 9 o'clock at night. I thought, man, I don't know if I should call him this late. And I thought, nah, I'm telling him he's got a spot in the festival. He'll be like, cool. So I called him up, and I said, yeah, Roger, I can't get this damn song into my head. So then I had to listen to another one of your songs, and then that one was stuck. But anyways.
See, that's why we put him in charge of getting the show.
Yeah, well, he's doing a bang-up job for you, let me tell you that.
we want shows. We've been locked up for a
Yeah.
year and a half, man.
And realistically, that is the battle of trying to get a gig in a large event, is because the guy who's trying to figure out who to put in the show, he is really strung out. He's not sure he can get enough of what he needs, and he's just inundated with music, you know. So, but yeah, good job, Roger. We'll give you kudos on that one. All right, you guys want to give me maybe, how about 2 more? Then we'll do the commercial breaks. What do you think? I bet you got 2 more good ones in there. All right. Oh, Sean, you're supposed to get that back from him, buddy. MC Fritz, sitting down on the job, brother. I'll tell you what. And he asked for a raise. You kidding me? I'm just kidding. MC Fritz does a fantastic job. All you listeners know that already. But, yeah. What are you going to play for us now?
We're going to play you a song called Long Hot Summer in Texas. And this is a song that I wrote the chorus for this one out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, that's what I was
And then I
listening
came
to
back
one.
and I built the whole thing out.
All right.
And this band made it sound good.
Right on, man.
Which is
Let's
what
do
they-
it.
Is what they tend to do. Ready?
Ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Riding high on the highway, long days alone. Can't get no signal on my cellular phone. Till you come along, there weren't no oasis in sight. My horse and my guitar and me, we'd share the campfire light. I never dared to dream somebody to love, but now it's you I'm dreaming of. It's been a long, hot summer in Texas, a time I'll never forget. I've written you maybe once a week since, but I ain't heard back from you yet. You know it's true, I love you evermore, baby. I rate you a 10 out of 10. Let's have a long, hot summer in Texas together again. Stars in the sky don't look as bright. I ring upon one every night. Someday you might return to me. Our Texas two-step, it was meant to be. The rodeos on the Rio Grande, where they just ain't the same. All of my hopes were on that westbound train, and I can't comprehend how my life can go on without you and the tumbleweeds as we tumble along. I never dared to dream somebody to love, but now it's you I'm dreaming of. It's been a long, hot summer in Texas, a time I'll never forget. I've written you maybe once a week since, but I ain't heard back from you yet. You know it's true. I love you evermore, baby. I rate you a 10 out of 10. Let's have a long hot summer in Texas together. Tell me that you'll be mine forever. A long hot summer in Texas together again. Ooh. A long hot summer in Texas together again. A long hot summer in Texas together. A long hot summer in Texas together again. A long hot summer in Texas together. A long hot summer in Texas together again. A long hot summer in Texas. A long hot summer in Texas. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Tropic Soul, and I am DJ Rick. You're listening to TunedInRadio.us, and we will be right back after these words.
We're here today at Nubby's Blue Collar Barbecue. Tell me, sir, can you describe the flavor of Nubby's brisket? Perhaps you, madam. Tell us what it's like to eat here at Nubby's. Ma'am? How about you, young man? Well, there you have it. There are no words to describe the smoky deliciousness of Nubby's Blue Collar Barbecue. Nubby's Blue Collar Barbecue is a mobile operation, and you can catch us on Wednesdays from 2 p.m. to 6 in the Tractor Supply parking lot. And we're available for catering any event from corporate to weddings to parties of any kind. To keep up with our scheduling from week to week or to hook up with some catering, just give us a call at 423-635-1630. That's 423-635-1630. Or heck, just find us on Facebook. Nubby's Blue Collar Barbecue. It's
American Vintage Antique and Collectibles is just what you're looking for. You can't buy stuff you want or need from a picture and description. Don't mess with Craig's Face or Book List or any of the other silly sites out there. You want to be able to kick the tires, poke it, scratch it, stretch it, spring it. You know, get a real look at the particular whatever it is that you absolutely can't live without. Besides, most of the folks on my book or face list are crazy, and you don't want to go to their house, you might not come back, and you really don't want them coming to your place. American Vintage Antique and Collectible has it all. No matter what you need, we got it right here. We got big stuff, small stuff, old stuff, new stuff, gold, jewelry, coins, cards, hats, chairs, cars, antique lamps, and guitars. There's balls, bats, and even hunters' baseball cards. If you want stuff, we got stuff. If you got stuff, we got spots to rent to sell your stuff. All at prices you just can't beat. You can almost taste the savings. Hey, you can't go around licking stuff. We're at 122 South Ocoee Street in Cleveland, right downtown, so you don't have to drive. Stop on in and buy your stuff live. So if you're not good with Craig's book or my face, stop on into our little corner of commerce, our not-so-mediocre marketplace. For all the things you no longer need or can't live without, buy, sell, or trade, there's no other place. American Vintage, Antique, and Collectibles. The place for stuff. Woohoo!
Man cannot live on bread alone. Don't just eat that wimpy lunch you got. Serve it up with a side of the Radio Vixen here on TunedInRadio.us. The rock and roll lunch bucket from 11 to 1 every Monday through Friday. Spinning all the rock and roll hits. Shoot in a request or hit us up on the hotline. It's your time. Take it back. With weather and traffic to keep you in the now and tunes to take you away, it's the rock and roll lunch bucket with the Radio Vixen. Only here on TunedInRadio.us. girl, what's up?
Well, I'm having a party tonight and I'm trying to figure out how many different kinds of wine and spirits I can get with what little money I have. You know, everybody drinks something different, but I can't afford a bottle of everything.
Whoa, take a deep breath and go to Riverstone Wine, Spirits, and Brew. They'll help you find all the different spirits, wine, and beer you're looking for, and with their low Riverstone pricing, you'll be able to get something for everyone. Riverstone Wine, Spirits, and Brew is located at 157 Ocoee Crossing right here in Cleveland. We're open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. We have all the spirits and wine you're looking for, and our cold beer cooler is stocked with everything, even local craft beers. And if cigars are your thing, our humidor will have just what you're looking for. So stop on into Riverstone Wine, Spirits, and Brew today and save. Hey, I heard that was an awesome party you had last night.
You can say that again. Thanks to Riverstone Wine, Spirits, and Brew, my parties are now on the can't-miss list. I was making drinks I never heard of before, and with the money I saved at Riverstone Wine, Spirits, and Brew, I had enough to hire a DJ. Everybody had a blast.
Riverstone Wine, Spirits, and Brew. Huge selection, awesome service, and the best prices in town.
Back in the studio. We are coming to you live on YouTube, live on tuneinradio.us. I am DJ Rick, and if you've been listening, you've been having a good time, I'm sure. And we got a few more questions, but I think we're going to hit right back to some music first. We'll play one more, I think, and then I got some real good questions off the YouTube chat, so we'll go from there. But until then, here's a little more Tropic Soul.
Basement playing easy talk, and I never could tell what all the fight is for. Grabbed a pen and paper and I wrote this song. No, it sounds simple, but it took so long. When I finally finished, everybody was in bed. Had to ask myself and scratch my head. How long is the sun been down? Must have slipped away without a sound. How long has the sun been down? Yeah, before I start letting everybody down, tell me how long has the sun been down? Sleeping all day, I'm gonna play all night. Yeah, the mood is goosey, but the music's tight. Grab the pen and try to feel that it ain't too late. No, it kinda rush me, but you have to wait. Don't worry about the clock, 'cause the night is young, and we ain't going home today. The song is sung. How long? Sleep away without a sound. How long has the sun been down? Yeah. One too many nights in this one-horse town. Tell me how long has the sun been down? Yeah, well, I'm never good for nothing when it's light outside. But you know that my credentials, yeah, they're bona fide. In the day, I take a rain check on life itself. Throw me up and throw me on the shelf. When I'm up and that, I'm walking out the door. Best get out of my way, I'm coming back for more. How long? How long has the sun been down? Must have sleep away without a sound. Has the sun been out the sky? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
All right. Man, I'll tell you what. I almost had to turn my mic up and join you on that one, except I don't know the words. But I was going to hum the hell out of it. I was going to hum the heck out of that one. I'll tell you what, man. That was a good one. Anyways, like I said, going into this, I have a few more questions from the audience, and they're kind of interesting. As a matter of fact, one of them, I won't give his name because he doesn't want to be embarrassed, but he is a member of another band that's going to be playing at the festival. And believe it or not, it's only going to be, well, when I signed him 2 weeks ago, this would be their 8th show ever. They've been playing together for, well, about a year and a half, but you know, a year of that was the pandemic.
That's right.
So, but I'll tell you, these kids are good, they're tight, and he said, what's the biggest audience that you guys have ever played in front of? Because theirs is 61 people.
Yeah, I'll say 40. We've played at our church is what we've done. We've had a couple church events that we've played at. That's kind of where we cut our teeth, you know, just playing at church events. We've played for 40.
40 people. You played for more than 40.
Well, maybe more.
Or
I'm lying. 40,000. That's what I meant. 40K. 40K. I forgot
40K.
the K.
You played for 40,000. Yeah, if you add them all up, right?
Right. That's it. Well, that counts.
Yeah. Well, we weren't talking collective. No, I think he's just a little nervous of a crowd. You know.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, and I knew it. I knew he was going to tell me what instrument he played. Guess what he plays?
What's that?
What would you think he'd play? He's afraid of the crowd a little bit. What do you think he plays?
Guitar.
No, he's the bass player.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're always trying to hide. Bass players they always try to get away from a microphone or a camera.
Right.
Why that is, I do not know.
Right.
But they'll always find the darkest spot on the stage, and you know.
Well, I tell you,
where are you going? I think he left.
In addition to being a musician, I've been a stage actor ever since I was 11 years old.
Really?
And probably the biggest audience I've ever done Shakespeare in front of is 1,200 outdoors at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival in Ashland, Oregon. So I've been in front of an audience of that size. But as far as with this particular band, you know, we're a relatively new band.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think the difference is too, the kid's 19 years old.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Little pup.
He hasn't even met 40,000 people yet. You know
well, he's about to.
Yes, he is. He's certainly.
You're going to rock it, kid, whoever you are. Thanks for the question. You're going to rock it.
I'll introduce you to him after they play. Yeah. But, okay, where's MC Fritz? Get out there with that microphone, son. Oh, he's already got it. Look, you're ahead of DJ Rick. Well, it looks like we've got the drummer again. Hey, let me ask you a question. This is from me personally. Do you know why they put the hole in the acoustic guitar? What's the blank look for? I'm going to take that as a no.
Well, I thought you were going to say the hole in the bass drum.
No. And the acoustic guitar. Oh, it's an industry secret. Yeah, the gentleman that asked the question he's Mr. Bo Maxwell. He's a drummer for a now broken up band, but he was the drummer for Mercy Chapter, and he's the one who told me this originally. The band carries the acoustic guitar and doesn't play it because that's where they keep the dried meats and cheeses for the drummer when he gets upset at rehearsal. You know, when he says, "I am keeping time." But yeah, do you have any kind of quirks as a drummer, is what he really wants to know. Is there anything you do uniquely that's just uniquely you?
Just all the influences from Ringo Starr to, you know, the Police drummer, Stuart Copeland.
Okay.
We all have unique influences.
Right. When and how did you learn to play drums?
Well, it's just been since I've been a teenager, so it's.
Oh, you were going to be a rock star, right?
Well, yeah.
I know I was.
Yeah, you know, so in high school and a little bit of college, we did a lot of frat parties and stuff like that.
But was it formal training in drums, or?
No, not at that point it wasn't. But then I got more serious, and right now I take lessons on YouTube.
Do you?
Yeah, there's some incredible drum teachers on there now.
Just learning some different styles and different.
Oh God, grooves and four-way independence.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
good.
cool. Very good.
You know, you're always learning.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good attitude too. Otherwise, you're not going to learn anything.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, good for you then. Okay, well, we got Bo Maxwell's questions out of the way. Now I have another question for a bass player.
Bass player.
Come on out of the dark back there. We see you hiding. Gabe, we need to light that part of the set.
Get out of there.
We're gonna change the lights before next time. I'll tell you what. Did you have any formal training on bass?
I had a About a year, I don't know, 20 years ago, something like that.
Okay, and what, music store, take an hour a week or something?
that kind of
Okay,
thing.
yeah, a lot of us get our training that way. The other question, and was an interesting question. How do you hope to grow as a musician from performing at a larger event like the festival, like the Tuned In Festival? I was like, man, that's a thinker.
Tough. I like Roger. I mean, I think you can always grow. So I
Okay.
try to learn anything I
Right.
can.
So you're going to pay attention to the other bands as well and say, ooh, I'm going to do that. Is that it? Try to
If I
pick
like
up a
it.
little something. Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's ask Dylan the same question.
The
What
man
is it that
standing in
you?
the dark?
Yeah. He's sitting. I think he's just taking a break, man. Got his shoes off. He thinks he's at the beach.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. So the question is.
You were going to try and come up with an
What?
oceanic pun of your own, but I beat you to it.
I
Didn't
was
to it.
actually. Yeah. I don't have one anymore. It's right out of my head. I'm too busy trying to study the questions and memorize them.
I'm sure you did. I'm
Yes,
sure you did.
absolutely. And by the way, Mr. I used to be a little bit of a stage actor myself. So yeah, I could tell. You can always, I don't know, something about
Can
it.
I answer the question about what I hope to learn at your
Oh,
festival?
actually, it's a little bit different. Would you learn from other musicians, or are you going to learn from your own mistakes? That's the second half of the question.
Oh man, I learn from other musicians all the time. I try and I got two ears and one mouth, and I hear that's because I'm supposed to listen twice as much as I talk.
And I've
I
heard
end up
that.
talking a lot on this thing because I'm the front man.
Yeah.
But I try and do a lot more listening than that.
Right on.
But I got to tell you, I hope to learn at your festival. First of all, I'm so honored to get to play at your festival.
Oh, well, I
It means
appreciate
so much
that.
to me that you have been.
You guys are doing us a
So
favor.
we cannot wait to play.
Oof,
But
I can't wait to
we've
see
really
it.
been working with ourselves a lot. We've been in the woodshed, as it were.
Right.
And
Or the
I'm looking
basement.
forward to just feeling what the live experience of playing music or doing theater or whatever.
Sure.
As you know, it's all about that bounce back and forth between the audience giving you something, you giving them something, and you like, oh, you like that? Okay, I'll give you more of that or whatever. Bands grow that way from playing live in front of crowds. So I can't wait to see how some of these songs what
Affect
they
the
do.
crowd.
If anything.
Yeah.
And a crowd of that size, especially in outdoors, and everyone's going to be having a good time.
Oh,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to learning from
Yeah.
the crowd and from the other musicians.
Absolutely. It's funny that you say, responding to the crowd, because that's another live stage actor thing. You really play off of what that audience is doing.
That's right.
So, and we're going to have them pretty whipped up by the time you get on stage. So you
Yeah.
should, and I do. I think a band grows from the crowd's experience. They
Well,
do.
the
You'll play
audience-
your best in front
The
of them
audience's
people.
job is just as important as the musicians on stage.
Absolutely. It's
Or
like
the actors on stage.
That's it.
That's
It's like
why
the
it always
12th
bugs me
man.
when audience members in movies are watching their phone. It's like, no, you need to actually be engaged with what's going on because it's a feedback loop.
Absolutely. So, and one feeds off the other. So, yeah, good answer, by the way. So, and were you classically trained to play guitar?
No, my mom had me taking piano lessons when I was 4, and I quit when I was 5, and then I started doing
Was she-
guitar when I was 9, and I
was she-
quit when I was 10. Then I finally picked up the clarinet, and I played the clarinet and learned how to sight read music playing the clarinet in an orchestra through junior high, and then I quit that, and I found the guitar my freshman year of college when I was 18, and I never put it down.
Wow.
So I kind of had a journey with a bunch of different instruments and sort of learning, how written music works, but I can't classically play this instrument. I can't read music on this instrument.
Wow. Well, you sure know where all the notes are, I'll tell you what.
Well, I have fun with it.
You had a couple beers and practiced a little, it looks like. Anyway, so yeah, we still got some time left. You guys got maybe one, maybe two more in the barrel for us, you think?
We can
Maybe
do one
three?
more.
If you can give us three, I think I can fit two for sure. And I'll tell you what, why don't you play two?
Yeah.
And then we'll say our sayonars, and then I'll let you
Sayonars.
play us out. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tropic Soul.
I guess my baby's gone forever. I saw her strolling with another guy. The way they's looking at each other made this poor boy start to cry. I got myself a discount Buddha. They advertise them on my TV. spot in the front yard. My neighbors wonder what it could be, but we don't pay them much attention when we're meditating under the Bodhi tree. I got myself a discount Buddha. I'm a desperate man, it's plain to see. My jealous mind was born to suffer. The discount Buddha gonna set me free. My jealous mind was born to suffer. The discount Buddha gonna set me free. What are we doing now, guys? The nation beat all the unheard people in their unmet need. And then later tell them to be done. It's the same old lie they're telling everyone. The picture building up from underground. United voices, won't you hear the sound? The president and you don't understand, and you come along and lend a hand. Every day the fire burns higher in the empire. The world burning, it's still turning, it will never tire. When we're leaving on open the door, come on children, won't you be the spark? And we'll have a fire, burn higher once again. The mothers teach their children to behave, they teach them to be honest, teach them to be brave. But they grow up and see the cowards lie, and there'll be no consequence. They left you wonder why. The bells are beating up from underground. United voices, won't you hear the sound? A conflagration sweeps across the land. Won't you come along and lend a hand? Every day the fire burn higher in the empire. Though the world burning, it's still turning, it will never tire. Children, won't you be the spark? And we'll have a fire burn higher once again. Come on and shout it out across the land. And we have a fire burn high.
gentlemen, Tropic Soul in the studio live here on TuneIn Radio. I tell you what, we're going to have to go, but I'm going to tell you cats, you can come back to my little humble radio station anytime you'd like.
Oh, that means a lot to us. Thank you.
You just give me, you got some new songs put together, give DJ Rick a call. We'll get you some more stage space, and I'll try to set up the sound system again, and we'll try it again. But fantastic job. I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. I know we enjoyed having them, and we cannot wait to see you cats play at the festival. It's going to be a jam, man. Yeah, if you go to our website at tunedinradiomusicfestival.us, I have a countdown rolling. And I think it's, 30-something, 31, 34 days or something like that. It's creeping up on us pretty quick. You know, as I'm trying to get all the last minute things done, I'm like, wow, last minute's getting kind of short. But yeah, we appreciate you being here. And thanks everybody out there in YouTube land for paying attention, and everybody on the radio. And we will see you next time. And you cats got one song left, right? All right, we're going to have them play us out. Join us again next week on Live from the Studio. But we're out.
Here we are again in the tropic zone. Little bit of rain, just like rock and roll. And I got to be me, yeah. What else can I do? Oh, I gotta be free, oh. And I gotta be true. Want to be free, yeah. Got to be true. How about you? Oh, here we are again in the tropic zone, and those rhythm and blues, we're gonna make you whole. And I got to be me, yeah. What else can I do? Oh, if I wanna be free, I gotta be true. If I want to be free, got to be true. How about you? When the time is right and the music starts to play, you know without a doubt won't be a single thing to say. See the earth begin to shake and the sky are in the sky. The tropics all around the world, they never gonna die, never gonna die, never gonna die. A fire in the sky. Mystic for having us here today. We love you.